not only is the 2 years enough to be experimental, nobody's questioning why they decided to target poor Black women, not poor Black men, not poor Hispanic people, not poor nobody else, poor Black women in Atlanta, to give them $850 a month for 2 years. Nobody's asking questions about that. Why 2 years? Why for the next 2 years? What's going to happen in 2 years? See, we are still having some big time effects from C-19. And I don't know if nobody noticed it or not, but we're in trouble. Now, just because you have the comfort of your home and the comfort of your cell phone and the comfort of your internet, you're allowing that to be your opiate so that you don't have to understand the issues and the problems that this economy is actually having. What happens after 2 years when that money run out and they don't give you $850 anymore? See, it's just enough to get you comfortable, then rip the rug out from under your feet. The biggest issue is that the reason why they didn't pick another demographic is because Black women have a unique situation on the outlook that they have with Black men. See, Black women don't value Black men. We fight them. We don't like them. We tell them to kick rocks. And ultimately, interestingly enough, we think the only value of a Black man that he can bring to us is monetary. So Black men are only $1. And if the government is going to give you those dollars, you're more comfortable telling Black men to do what? Get out your face, kick rocks. You don't need him, because Black women only value Black men for whatever money he can bring. She fails to understand the function of men, and that a Black man provides covering, which extends well beyond the financial means. He's a cover. He's actually when you are covered, when you have a husband, when you have fathers, brothers, whomever, Black men in your family that care about you, that are around you, that is a whole deterrent for other men to not bother you, because they have to contend with other men to get to you or to get to what you have. And men think long and hard before they want to confront another man that's going to challenge them and possibly this end in violence or death, what they trying to do. See, a hunter always looks for the easier prey. The best predators look for the easy prey, not the hard prey. When lionesses hunt, they don't go for the biggest wildebeest. They go for the sick one. They go for the baby. They go for the one lagging behind the herd. They don't want to deal with the whole herd. They just want to pick one off. That's it. They're not trying to deal with none of that other smoke. And that go for any predator, 4 legs or 2. And men understand that only in the most desperate of times will they challenge each other to that degree, willingly, openly. So if we're going to have economic hardship for the next 2 years, which I foresee that happening, you really think that you can rely on a basic income from a government that's already in economic trouble, but that's also in an arms race, girding itself for potential war with China? What has China always been to the United States for decades and decades now? Its biggest supplier of all kinds of goods and services. Because the United States did not necessarily remain a manufacturer, we became consumers of everybody else's manufacture because it was cheaper to outsource the work rather than pay. Right? So now they're going to have to think of something. Well, let's think of a basic income, but how long that's going to last? And that $850 ain't going to help you when it's dudes at the door bamming to get in and do whatever to you and take what you have. That $850 doesn't protect you. But again, Black women have a very unique situation when we deal with our men. They don't want us to be covered when everybody else is battening down the hatches because they see the storm clouds coming. Black women don't. Right? Everybody else see the storm clouds. Everybody else is finding the cover in their port before the storm hit, except for Black women. Since we think Black men are only money, the government is giving money. So we could tell Black men so we could continue to not be covered by them. You see, if they give us money, we'll feel comfortable. And if we feel comfortable, if a woman feels comfortable, she's not going to feel the need for the presence of a Black man. But what else does he provide aside from monetary cover? Physical cover, emotional cover, spiritual cover. And if he's not there, we remain vulnerable to every other problem that arises that's not money. Talking about they fighting poverty at the root. No, you're not. Poverty being fought at the root is us getting back together as a family unit, like everybody else. See, all the other women are taking cover under their men because they didn't trade on their men, feminism or not. Black women aren't going to be able to take cover because even if we would have, somebody see the writing on the wall, which is where you're getting these apologies from, and they don't want us to come together. Do you understand the okie doke? They don't want Black women coming, meeting Black men, no way, no how, no halfway, trying to talk about what we need to come back together and do. So in order to keep us from doing that, they'll just throw us money because we think comfort and security is in a dollar. Sound off in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host of Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective.